Hello everyone, this is Dr. Hardis Rajput from Department of Food Technology, ITM University, Gwalior. And today's topic is classification of spices. So how we can classify the spices and what is the classification of spices, right? So all these points I'm going to explain under this topic. Okay, so moving to the next slide, and here the introduction, classification, and condiments, production, nutrition, health benefits, assignment, learning outcome, and references. So first of all, introduction. What is this? Spices. So India has been famous for many and varied spices for many countries. India is considered to be the home of spices. Even before the Christian eras, the traders and explorers roamed various parts of world came to India to exchange their valuable merchandise for Indian spices. According to the International Organization for Standardization, there is no clear-cut division between spices and condiments, and so they are clubbed together. Okay, so there is no such classification for dividing these spices and condiments. That's why we just club together and use the spices or condiment as same. Okay, so here the classification is spices. So according to the part of the plant, here the different part of the plant and contributed to spices. Okay, so first of all, clove and saffron produce from the part of plant that is flora part. From the flora part that clove and saffron will produce. Okay, and from the fruit part that chilies, tamarind, and kokum and cardamom are produced. From berries part that black pepper are produced, and from the seeds part that mustard, cumin, coriander, and fenugreeks are produced. From the rhizopus that turmeric and gingers are produced, and from the roots that horseradish and cloves are produced. Leaves produced are produced like mint and tejpata and bay leaves, curry leaves, coriander leaves are the leaves part of the plant. Kernel part of the plant that is nutmeg. Aerial part of the plant is mac, and bug that is cinnamon and cassia. Produced from the bug part of the plant. An extrudate of bug asafoetida. Asafoetida is exudate of bug. According to the active component that is present in the spices. So the pungency in the spices is present in pepper, ginger, chilies, and mustard. Aromatic fruits are present, aromatic flavor present in cardamom, nutmeg, fenugreek, anise, fennel, caraway, dill, clary, cumin, and coriander. Aromatic work are cinnamon and cassia. Phenolic spices that are cloves and allspices that pimento. Colored spices that is paprika, saffron, and turmeric. So these are the active compound and particular active component present in different spices. Here, the classification of spices based on botanical families. According to their botanical family, there are the classification of spices. So in Apiaceae, coriander, cumin, dill, celery, fennel, cloves, parsley, and asafoetida are come under this Apiaceae family. In Lamiaceae family, mint, basil, rosemary, sage, thyme, and savory are come under this Lamiaceae family. and Liliaceae, leek and chive. Solanaceae, capsicum and chilies are come under this Solanaceae family. Gingiberaceae family, in Gingiberaceae family, ginger, turmeric, and cardamom come under this family. And Myrtaceae family, clove and allspice. Alliaceae is garlic. Garlic come under the Alliaceae family. Cinnamon, cassia, and bay leaves come under the Lauraceae family, right? And mustard and horseradish come under the Brassicaceae family. Nutmeg and mag come under the Myristicaceae family, and pepper come under the Pepperaceae family. Here, the conventional classification of spices. Conventional according to their nature, like hot spices, that is chilies, black and white pepper, ginger, mustard, and cayenne pepper, that is hot spices. And mild spices, that is paprika and coriander, are the mild spices. Aromatic spices is allspice, cardamom, cinnamon, dill, clove, cumin, and nutmeg, fennel, and fenugreek. These are the aromatic spices. And herbs, that is basil, bay leaves, dill leaves, and marjoram, tarango, thyme are the herbs spices. And aromatic vegetables are onion, garlic, shallot, and celery are the aromatic vegetables. So spices have substantial antioxidant activity due to phenolic compounds, and mostly flavonoids present in them. These antioxidants may also act as natural preservatives by preventing or slowing spoilage of foods. Here, the condiments, right? The word condiments come from the Latin word condire. That means to preserve or to season. It was first used in English or describe pickling, fluid, seasoning in the middle of the 15th century. So this is the English word and Latin word that condire means preserve or to seasoning. And this this is used to English to describe the pickling fluid or seasoning in the middle of the 15th century. So the condiment is a word that describes a sauce or seasoning added to the food after it has been prepared. So these special spices and sauce are usually added to the table just before eating, and the kind and amount used depend on the specific flavor or taste a person likes. Obviously, so the seasoning spices are basically used just before the just before eating the food, right? Usually add at the table just before eating, and this kinds and amounts it's depend on the specific flavor and also according to the person's taste like. So common condiments include salt, pepper, butter, ketchup, vinegar, and dried herbs. These are the common condiments. So some condiments are best suited in vegetable dish and others to fried foods, and still others are best on fruits, pasta, sauces, soups, or meat dish. So here the condiments, mayonnaise, um, in basically famous in United States, and salsa in Latin America, brown sauce in UK, banana sauce in Philippines, and wagamit in Australia, and harissa in North Africa, chutney in India, and sriracha in Thailand. These are the condiment basically popular in different countries in different names. So, and the next topic is production of spices. Okay. So, in production of spices, okay, so in production of spices, during the past years, there has been a steady increase in area and production of spices in India. Obviously, it is a, increase the production of spices in India. So the annual growth rate of area and production of spices in India is estimated to be 3.6% and 5.6% respectively. So the total area under spices cultivation is about 32.20 lakhs hectare with a production of 37.65 lakh ton. Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and northeastern states are important states for spices production. Obviously, these are the largest spices producer states in India. So among the spices cultivated in India, black pepper is the known the of the king of the spices. Obviously, black pepper is known as the king of the spices. It is the most important dollar earning crop of the country, which play a decisive role in our national and state economies. Kerala is in the four most position contributor, contributing 96% of the area. So Kerala is the highest producer of spices in India. That Kerala is the highest state spices producing state in India, right? So spices were generally high in ash and fiber. Obviously, this spices is generally high content of ash and fiber. So the protein content of many spices was comparably to that of whole grains and mature dry legumes. Average values for calcium, magnesium, iron, sodium, and potassium were higher in spices from leaves. So obviously, so spices are higher in these irons in compared to leaves like herbs than in those from other parts of plants. Okay, so these spices from seeds were highest in phosphorus. A few spices, celery seeds, cumin, coriander leaves, dill weeds, cloves, and especially parsley flakes were very high in sodium content. So their use might be contraindicated in the therapeutic diets in which sodium is highly restricted. Obviously, so we have to mention on in the preparation where you use these spices that are rich in sodium content, right? So we have to indicate that. Here, the some common name of the spices and scientific name, its family name, and the part of seeds and the percentage. So the sweet magnitude that Ephraimum sulcatum, or this family is gingibraceae, and the part of these spices is fruit. And here the contribution of this percentage is 32%. Here these are the total amount and their percentage is 32. Black or black of garlic tree. Scorodophyllus zinceri. Cecil penniaceae. The part of plant is bark, and the contribution of these spices is 22%. The false nutmeg is Monodora meristica, and the family name is Annonaceae. And the part of plant is used is almond, and the contribution of this spices is 13%. The four cornered fruits, Tetra, Pleura, and Tetraptera, and the family name is Mimosaceae. And the part of plant is used is fruits, and the contribution of the spices is 10%. And next is sweet manicured, and the scientific name is Ephraimomum polyanthum, and the family name is Gingibraceae. The part of plant is used fruit, and the contribution of these spices is 8%. Fruit, next is fruit of garlic tree, and Aprosterix and Lepidophilus. And the family name is Cassilpeniaceae, and the part of plant is fruit, and the contribution of these spices is 8%.